Thank you. Cameraman is Jeremiah. Thank you, JJ, as usual. Guys, this is the second attempt at doing this. I saw Lynne first when I moved in this house. Lynne got recommended to me through somebody called Shani, and I saw her moving in an unfinished house. I'm like, I'm not the only one.
And that's how I worked in a very high-end restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's how I got a job, and that's how I could afford to live in that place that you saw.
That makes
because we rented the place. I wasn't alone. We were like 3 people, but each of us had their own space within the house.
Yeah. Okay.
Then the video you saw of me leaving my own house to where it happened, you know, some things you can't film them, not because you don't want to, but because you don't have the guts to do it.
So, to be continued, this is the next video. We see where Lynne is at the moment, what happened to her, coming from the high-end restaurant to where she finds herself in Uganda, having built her house, but moving in an unfinished house. Let's watch. Part 1 of the video, if you haven't watched it, will be in the description below.
So at a certain point, that video you saw was 4 years, 3 years after I've gotten the job.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me ask, now you talk about depression. You're in this high-end restaurant serving most important people you have ever seen. You're happy. What has then now got you back into that state of depression?
So I got some money. I worked and saved for some time, and I bought myself a bit of land, and I fenced it, and then I had no money again because all my savings I had put them there. So for that job, after some time, my legs couldn't walk anymore. Like I don't know, it's some kind of physical injury under my legs, under my foot, you see, under the foot. I could feel pain. Like every morning I wake up and put my feet down, I would feel like I'm stepping on some kind of wound within my so I had to quit the job, even if it was paying, even if I loved it. I hated the managers, that's for sure, but
the job was okay.
The job was okay.
Just digressing a bit, with such jobs, and I've got a friend who's a podiatrist, and honestly, most of us don't care for our feet. And I know this a digression, but anybody who's out there and is struggling, like in jobs where they're standing, looking for a good podiatrist would help, and they would give you good shoes which are to your specifications, so that may have helped. They are very expensive, but they are worth it.
I looked for the shoes. I got them. They were around $200 something, and they really helped. But it was already too late. The damage was already done. Yes, I needed a physician to massage them or whatever, but couldn't afford that at that point. So anyway, I resigned from my job.
Oh, so you resigned yourself?
Yes, after the 2 years. So I got a job.
Kindly, sorry. So you resign after you have bought your land and fenced it?
Yes.
Okay.
I resigned after because the job was paying. I would get tips. I would get monthly tips and then weekly tips. So most of the salary would come when I've already cleared my bills off with my tips. Okay. Yes. So when I resigned from my job, I wanted to work with my friend, or for my friend who had started a tour and travel company. And then I got my own visa. My own visa means I can work with her, I can work with anyone I want. I can go back to Uganda and do music and come back. Like I had no limitations.
So the job you're doing before, your visa was attached to that job?
Yes, I would never leave. Without their permission. And I was entitled to a leave of a month every single year. You only have a break when you're sick, and you pay for that break.
No sick leave?
Yeah, no sick leave, my friend. In Dubai, no sick leave. It's tight.
Okay. That's almost the contract work, the one I was doing. So now you've left, you're working with your friend.
So I made a huge error of
Judgment.
working with my friend. I should never have done that. You know, this girl, you've grown together, you've known each other for a very long time, and they have started a company and you're excited and you're like, yeah, I'm good at marketing, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, so let me join your company. You literally wait for her for 3 months to finish setting up her company, and then you join, and then things didn't go well.
So this is a company in Dubai. So things didn't go well for you or for her?
For me and her.
So the company didn't pick up?
The company picked up, but my relationship with her is what
broke down.
Yes, I'd like to respect the past and leave it to that, but it turned a very wrong turn, and so I decided to just come back to Uganda.
So let me ask you, at that time, were you being paid?
Now that's the whole thing, because in my previous salary I was getting 3.5 million shillings as a waitress. And that included sometimes tips. I would get tips, which means I could earn maybe 4 million. Yes. Yes, I would earn really good money.
Yes.
And then she was giving me 1.8.
Okay, so you think because I've got this physical disability on my leg,
Yes.
let me take the 1.8?
Let me take, no, I'm thinking, no, because I've been moving up and down and my legs hurt, let me take a more relaxing job.
Yeah.
I can only sit under the desk and do work behind
And so
the desk.
you're willing to take a pay cut?
Yeah, no, initially I asked her, what are you going to pay me? She's like, oh, I got you, you're my girl, I will pay you well. So she comes in one time, she wants to pay me and she's like, Lynne, you're going to get 1.8. I'm like, what?
Really?
She's like, yeah, because people get jobs on commission. But in Dubai, I was a marketing manager in the company. And a marketing manager in Dubai, the cheapest you can hire is 3 million. That is if they're at the entry level. Entry level, 3 million. But here is my friend wanting to offer me 1.8.
Such a pay cut. So of course, obviously, so you don't take it, or so that's when you
I
decided
was
to
like, no, I continued to work for a few months, getting that pay, because it was paying for my, and that's when I decided to leave the other house.
Right, that makes sense now.
Yes, to this place, because I couldn't afford the other place anymore.
So you go back to bed space?
So I go back to a partition. A partition now is when you're living in the same house, but they give you a bit of a semi-temporary wall so that people can't, you don't have a bunk bed on top. It's just you in that small space. I've seen those small spaces in the UK too. They're very small like this. They just put your fridge, your dressing mirror and your bed. I've seen those.
Okay, bed seat. Listen, Lynne and I, we can talk for England, they say.
You
for
might
Uganda.
have to post this in Facebook.
I'll post it in Facebook definitely, because the story is so interesting. So now Lynne is in this job at a tour company.
Yeah, then I was like, then after working with my friend for a certain period of time, I realized 1.8 is not working out for me. And the disrespect that came with it was heavy. So that's what happened. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm done. So I walked away. I said, but I have my land in Uganda and I have a very nice place in Uganda to stay that I was paying with my friend. I can go there and figure out and maybe take some rest and then come back to Dubai. But then when I reached there,
That time.
yes. But then when I reached Uganda, things turned again. It's a phase of life.
Yes.
Things keep going up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came back to Uganda, then Dubai started kind of mistreating, and this is not to tarnish Dubai government whatsoever, but they started to kind of want to get rid of black people. It was chaotic. Like at that point, it was for almost all Africans. Yes, except for South Africans. Yes. So for most of us, it was a horrible time. For those who are there, you know it is still difficult.
I'm so sorry, my brothers and sisters there.
To get a visa. So I was like, let me stay here and see how it goes. Let me try my music again. And then it fails again.
So, and is that the only job you did after Dubai, or did you have anything else you're doing?
In Dubai, no.
No. When you came back
when
from
I
Dubai,
came back, when I was leaving Dubai, I used some of my money. I shopped clothes. I was like, let me go and start a business. Where?
Uganda.
In Uganda.
Clothes business.
Well, that was a blunder. Yes, I brought my money and then got some business. Then co-rented with my cousin's sister, but the building did not have customers. Like, the place was not busy, so you'd end up paying a lot of money for rent, but you can't even get transport to take you back home.
Try that.
You can't even get transport to take you back home. And I had bought quality clothes which were expensive per the market that I was placed. So it was kind of complicated.
You buy something for about £10 and they want to give you £2 for it.
So why did you go to Dubai the third time?
No, I didn't go to Dubai the third time. I was thinking about going to Dubai the third time. But then I realized that the visas are becoming an issue. They're getting rid of black people. At that point, then I didn't go back.
So this is the period we're in now. So now, business has failed.
Music
has failed. Where were you living when
Even
you came
the
to
clothes. No, I was still living with my friend.
Yeah.
In a comfortable apartment. It was nice.
Were you paying bills?
Yeah?
Were you paying the bills?
We were paying the bills, yes, together. So I realized that the house is becoming expensive still. So I was like, now where am I gonna go? I can't go back to my father's house. I cannot go to my mother's house. I'm an old woman now. What am I gonna do?
Then you thought of your house, the land you bought.
Exactly. The director is very keen.
Very clever. Very clever. Okay.
So I was like, yeah, but I have my land and it's already fenced and it has a gate. So what I'm gonna do, I'm a quick thinker. I'm like, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get timber and put a temporary timber house. And then
tree house.
Yeah, that's it. Then I can move there. Everything else will come after. But then I'll have cut the cost of
renting.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I got my friend's brother and I'm like, Joshua, I want to do a wooden house, but this is the money I have. He was like, no, you do a permanent one. At least even if it's one room, but when it's permanent, you'll be safer. Uganda can be tricky and unsafe. So wooden house is not the best idea. I'm like, but where will I get the money to complete the whole house? It's like, no, don't worry. This God, God is not like us. He works in ways we don't see. You go there, then the house will be done. And that's how and then I got out all my savings, like all of it.
Was finished.
Yeah?
It's finished.
All of my money. Yeah. And then I got
bless him. He's sure that Lynne has no money.
It's just like
he's like the first
yeah, so it was all gone and felt like it went to the right.
It's finished, but it's going to the right course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why you found me now.
Found your house. Okay.
So how did you get your first dog?
Oh, if you don't know, guys, I have 2 dogs. One is called Lucky and Emmy. Lucky is 1 year old, and Emmy is 1 year, and Lucky is 8 months, I guess. Yes, I've been with Emmy forever. Then Lucky, I picked Lucky from the bush. It's like a rescue dog.
And now you move in this house because I remember you moving in. I think it was Shami Vlog who moved you in.
She spent the night. She spent the night and then left the following day, like
day.
early in the morning, and then real life hit me once again. I was like, God, what did I ever do to you? I start crying. But every time I would cry, I'd remember, hey, but there's somebody struggling.
Yes.
Because they're homeless.
Yes.
Okay, this is fine.
This is fine, okay.
Yes. But I would want to break down and cry, but I would encourage myself all the time, like, but Lynne, you've always wanted a space where you can grow your own food, have a dog, and here you have it. So, and that's the only thing that actually has kept me going in a house with no electricity, no water, no. So.
No, so okay.
Yes.
But because I visited Lynne, and there's a vast improvement to what I saw at the beginning. Because Lynne no longer has holes.
Hey guys, I moved into my house when it still has holes. So when Auntie Jackie was telling me of how horrible her house is, when I got here I was like, no, this is paradise. If I came into my house and it looks like this, I would be perfectly okay. Because see, you've even put the nanny. But me, the rats would climb on me, pass by my head like this. Like, it was horrible. The holes would look at me. I think I looked like the most poor person in that village.
Yeah. But I tell you, the encouragement is that you could even muster up the courage to say, I'm going to go as it is, and I'm not going to pay another rent. Because the rent that you would have paid, you're going to eat it.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, you pay the rent and you have no food to eat.
Like when I started building my own house, I realized that paying my landlord became a problem. I would feel bad every time I'm holding money to give him. I'm like, no, now I'm going to my place. However bad it looks, I'm going. And that's how I left. I know most people looked at my story and laughed. Most people, I lost my boyfriend.
Sorry?
Because I have a house now and he doesn't have it. So
he was never meant to be there in the beginning.
You're lucky I haven't lost 7.
What?
I've lost 7.
I've lost 7 times. Yeah.
What have you lost?
Girlfriends.
You've lost 7 girlfriends?
Yep.
Oh dear.
That is fast. How old are you again?
I was in reception.
He's in reception, he lost 7 girlfriends. Let's go. Direct, let's leave you for now. You're lucky you lost 1, he lost 7 says. Okay. So you lost friends because of your house.
No, not friends. Like, when you don't have money, you kind of lose your friends because they all don't understand. When they say come we party and you say no, I'm not coming, they think you don't want to go
Because
but you really don't. So anyway, I got dumped for the house. At first I was all sobbing and mourning about it, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, whoa, I needed him to leave.
You know what? If somebody's gonna be not jealous, but if someone's gonna be that bad. So Lynne, tell us now. I think it's a question you asked me as well in one of the videos. Somebody wants to live here and go to Dubai. What's your advice?
If you have a business or a job that is paying you $1 million shillings and above, do not go to Dubai.
Take it. Take the job.
Yes. If you have a job that earns you $1 million shillings after paying tax and NSSF and whatever, you have $1 million. Do not think of going to Dubai. Think smart. Find an investment, however small it is, and grow. There's a friend of mine called She was wanting to go to Dubai so bad, and I told her, yes, I'm in Dubai. When I come, you see me like I have a flashy life, like, but when you stay here, you kind of lay your foundation, your roots, and then. But for me, when I go to Dubai, if I work 2 million shillings, I will not catch up as fast as you. Because when I come, I'll be starting afresh. It's like I'm in a foreign country. I don't even know what is happening.
Starting again.
Yeah, it's like starting again. So please, if you have a job that is like paying you that much, don't go. But if the worst comes to the worst, and it's the only escaping way, please go to Dubai, because you can start your life there, especially if you have a sister or a brother or somebody who truly cares about you. Please go. But if you're broke, don't go, because you're going to suffer.
Because I've heard about there's a square they talk about in Dubai where Ugandans congregate. I don't know if you know about that square.
It's called what square? I've even forgotten this square. Banias Square. It's called, but hey, the things that happen at Banias, you'll find Ugandans selling cattle go there, you find Ugandans doing mobile money, you'll find Ugandans selling chapatis, the same jobs they would have done in Uganda.
Yes.
Except that there, it's a different kind of push. There's a way Dubai forces you to work.
And all abroad people
Have to work. Yes.
Obodo Ibo go force you to work. The Banyan Square that I'm talking about, then it's not that. So if people are working, then they're making money. So it's not that a depressing state of place. Then
depressing, because I said find homeless people. You find those who came, promised jobs, but they switched off the phone, and now they don't know where to go. Yes, you reach there and somebody has told you, when you get to Dubai, come to Banya Square, I'll pick you from there. You reach there and the phone is not on. And that's why you can see I will not say most. You can see many people sleeping at Banya Square.
In the open?
And Union, yes, in the open. They have those small trees. And you find Ugandans plaiting hair there, doing all sorts of things.
So, somebody's in Dubai now. Then Banyan Square, they have got no money to come back. So they have got no money to come back, and they're Banyan Square. What would you advise them to do if they have to come, if they want to come back?
Well, if you are in Dubai and you can afford to come back home, please come back home. Forget the shame, forget the whatever you think that is going to happen. But if you cannot afford to find an air ticket to bring you, I don't know how to advise you. But if you're a member of a church, some churches will help you generate money to come back.
Does the embassy work?
The embassy is in Abu Dhabi, but no, it will not help to buy for you a plane ticket. But it helps for you to report the case. Yeah, if you're ready to be deported back to Uganda.
Okay, and then they can deport you. Okay. Finally, you moved an unfinished house. I have moved an unfinished house, and I know you're saying that it's slightly different.
This is better. I even have a carpet. Mine, I have to pour water to. It's like this floor.
So yes, we have a carpet in the living room and my bedroom, but all the other rooms don't. So we are going to end the video now. Lynne, thank you very much for coming. Like Lynne has said, people, don't be ashamed. We start small. We start in a very humble positions.
Yeah.
And yes, there'll be shame when we're coming back because most people will talk. Yeah.
But they talk, they get tired.
Anybody who's repatriated back to Africa, from the diaspora, and they are living in a position that's not what they normal expected, it's okay. It's okay. We start from somewhere. You're down, but you're not out. So thank you, my people, for watching. I hope this has been of interest to somebody. If it has, kindly comment, share, and hit that like button. I'm going to say time out.
Bye. Please make sure to subscribe, to comment, to click, and to turn on that notification bell.
Both to Lynne Zabu World and Aunt Jackie's Diary. I'm gonna put the link below. Thank you. Blessings.
That's when I will see you next time.